sorry, Jalisha, pen again, please. Right, so we're centered right here into this crease, okay? Be careful with this crease because if the patient does not bend as much, the crease can shift, right? So make sure the leg is bent enough so that you are going to the correct part of the crease. Or you can relax your leg now. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this and just bring it straight vertical. Right? So I haven't changed my centering at all in terms of the crease, right? I should be still centered at where the crease is. I'm going to demonstrate that crease is where the femoral neck is. So, okay, I'm going to feel for that as is. Okay. As is. Okay, 2 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches. So the femoral neck should be right here. Bend your leg slightly. Okay, right there at this crease. Go ahead and relax. I'm going to take this cassette. Do you see that? Come around to this side. So I measured out the femoral neck, right? 2 inches, and then from here, 2 inches, 4 inches. So right here. Okay. Take a look at where that central ray is. It's perfectly at the femoral neck. Do you see that? Okay, so when you're doing this, legs straight up, aim at the crease, you're going to be at the femoral neck. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All good? Now, this cassette is going to be exactly like this, just on the side of the patient. Okay, so make sure that the cassette is the same angle as this tube on the side of the patient. Don't put the cassette flat, right? Because you're coming off at an angle. Don't put a cassette like this, because you're coming off at an angle. Make sure that your cassette is flat following the tube, right? Perpendicular to your central ray. So we're going to take this cassette and we're going to put it right here. If you feel, you've got the iliac crest, and then you're kind of like in this dip right above the hips. You're going to get the cassette nice and tight, as close as you can, while keeping this angle. And then just have the patient hold this, since we don't have a cassette holder. All right, careful. Okay, so we're going to bring this tube back down so that we are mid-leg, right? Because we do want to be centered to that hip. Okay. So from here, we can collimate in, because you don't want light past the cassette here. Right? If you have light all the way up here on the green strip, you've gone too far, because this green does not produce an image. So you do want to collimate in so that you don't have light on your green. Right? Same thing sideways, right? Collimate in so that you don't have light on these green strips here. Okay, so just collimate to your cassette. So, Jalisha, if you lift this left leg up one more time. Okay, so now we're centered to our femoral neck, we are centered to our cassette, and we are collimated in. All good so far? This leg is now up. It is out of the way of our picture. So at this point, we can actually expose. Okay? So this is the Danelius Miller. Yes?
What if the patient can't do that?
What if the patient cannot hold the leg up? You will need to find something to support them.
Would they be able to hold it with the other hand? Like,
If the patient is able to, are you able to hold your leg here, Jalisha?
Okay.
They can hold it with the other hand. If they can't do that, you can let go. Sometimes you'll have those foam sponges or foam wedges. You can just put it right here. However, do not try and take this leg and rest it on the tube. Okay, just like with the set.